How'd you like that one?
That was cute.
Hi, everyone. Hello, Linda and Kim. Thank you so much for being here. I've got Linda D. Gonzalez is here. Yay! Can be. We've got all the Kims here. Linda and Kim's. Oh, it's good to see everyone. Sue, you're here too. And Bora, please stay. I don't know much about these. I don't know very much about memberships because I don't do a lot of membership only on YouTube. So if you're a moderator, apparently you can stay and I'd love to have you, please. You're all dressed in blue on my screen. So that's great. Great. Love to have you. And how are you, Sara?
I'm doing good.
She's been over practicing. But I go through binges like that too, where I thought, wow, let me try it this way. I wonder if it's that way. It's really fun. Oh, Marby, Craig, thank you for coming. I'm so happy to. Cynthia Smith. There we are. It's so good to have everyone. And today is a members only. I'm going to start doing these regularly. And hopefully Sara will help me out because it's easier with an extra person. And it's like you get double the benefit. But really, your membership really does save my bacon. It really does. It helps me so much because I'm able to work on my books, work on this and that, and not have to move it. And I do my personal readings, of course, too. But then I'm having a hard time signing on to the psychic platforms, and so I just need to. You're still at work, Cynthia. Well, thank you for joining us. You can go ahead and lurk. That'd be fun.
I like being a lurker too.
I know a lot of people are. And look at what Linda said to us. Double the beauty.
Hi, Linda.
Yay. Linda D. Gonzalez says, ooh, Cynthia, you badass. I love that. You know what I did early on? I'm just going to go ahead and post it again. What I'd like to do is, let me see if it pastes. Yes, this is the link. You're leaving in 15 minutes on the road to the house. Awesome. So here's the link for StreamYard. A lot of you have been in StreamYard. But if you want to have a conversation, like a reading where we actually do like a real reading, where it's like back and forth in real life, please click that link and just pop in. What's going to happen is that your profile will just pop right up and it'll say you're in the back room or something like that.
Yeah, waiting room or something.
And then we'll let you in and we'll talk to you face to face. But Cynthia says he says Linda D. Gonzalez, that I am. And I could guarantee you she is a badass, let me tell you. She knows her stuff. So this is like, I haven't done this in a long time. And I'm curious what everyone wants to know. We could use the hour talking about anything you want. We could talk about building your psychic abilities. Hi, Allie. I've got the link for the show and you want to come on in and say, hey. I'd love to have you. Here it is. Oh, it's so nice. Yeah, I haven't done many of these. So we could talk about that. We could talk about ghost stories, or we could talk about when Providence steps in and saves your bacon, miracles. We could talk about anything you want because this is all about you. So Linda D. Gonzalez says, Deborah, pin the comment in the StreamYard address. That way you don't have to keep putting it in. I don't know how to do that. I don't think I know how to do that. Let me see if I can. There's 3 little dots. Pin user in put person in timeout. I almost banned myself. I won't be able to do that. So Anyway, it's pretty easy to just go ahead and click on it. I'd love to have you in, but we have a lot to talk about too. Because you know what, we were just talking about. Um, Sarah was just using the deck. So you were using tarot last night or the night before with your family, just to play, and it started giving you goofy answers. And then this morning or this afternoon, you got yeah, here are my glasses. I know they're right here. Um, and then today you brought out the Lenormand, which are just these one one sentence, one word comments. They're very like basic and to the point. And you didn't like that either. You didn't like some of those answers. So what do you do when you play with the cards and they start throwing shade on you?
Well, with the Lenormand, since I'm still learning, I just kind of put them back in the box and set them aside and was like, no, not yet. Not ready for these cards yet. Haven't developed that connection because they were telling me thought my world was going to crumble with that reading.
I know, even though we all know that our psychic abilities, our messages from spirit can come from different perspectives. But it's hard when you're playing with your own perspectives. It can smack you up. But understand that. Go ahead.
I was just saying, I like the thought of using the Lenormand and the tarot together, not just individual. Because I like the overall theme that you get with the tarot. Like you can go deeper with questions, but sometimes I like getting just a straight answer, and that's what Lenormand is good for. It's just giving you that straight answer. That tarot sometimes tries to avoid telling you.
I know we dance around those hard parts, but yeah, I like the Lenormand too because it's a. Yes, I've done this too. I like mixing cards when reading oracles, and you can mix them up. Um, uh, oh. Thank you, Bora Bora. There's nothing here that tells me you're not a member, Bora Bora. You're a moderator, so you're in here. So that's all cool. One of the things about Lenormand is Lenormand is that you could, or any reading. So let's say you've done a tarot reading and there's still just you have this haunting feeling that there's something you've missed. Then you can say, what have I missed? And so if you drag a card out, let's just choose a card and say, oh, the mice. So we have the mice here. So that could mean a lot of different things because that's the mice are eroding, that they chew away at something. It's a little bit of something's eroding. So I would immediately go into the idea that that might be the overall perspective of my client. She feels that no matter how far she gets in life, there's something taking it away. And so I could present that to her, not as a declaration of truth, but saying, I get a feeling that, and I know everyone goes through this, 1 step forward, 2 steps back, that type, or back and forth. Are you kind of in that phase right now? And I know everyone feels that way too a little bit, but you could really see when you hit the mark with a client, say, yeah, I can't get over that. And then we get hard on ourselves because we know that what we think we manifest, and we don't want to manifest more of that, and then we can make ourselves crazy.
Yeah, I was doing a reading with one of my friends / former students, aesthetics students, not tarot students. We hadn't seen each other for a while, and I was like, okay, let's do lunch, and I'm going to do some readings on you. So I did a reading on her, and she texted me later. She was like, what were my cards again? So I found them in the deck and I remembered what her spread was. So I sent her a picture of the spread
That
and
was lucky.
she's like, that is the total theme of my life right now. Like everything that you said is the total theme. She wasn't even like asking. And we were talking about Reiki the whole time. And so I did the tarot card and it turned out to be talking about her business and
Yeah.
her fear of, um, like taking that, like going a little bit deeper. And it was basically telling her, yep, you can do it. Now's the time. So it was pretty fun and interesting. She
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
That's great. It can go in different layers. That is for sure. If any of you have questions, I'm not going to make you come into the show. I promise. But if you do have questions, please type them all in capital letters. And I want to talk to you, Alice, Heart and Soul Connected. And it feels like, now I haven't spoken to you, but it feels like there's something going on in the ethers. Now, remember, I have taken a break from the news, and I will get something in my feed that I'm finding I just pass over, and I'm a little worried about it because we're in big times. I'm a little worried about myself and how fully I can embrace the moment of our history, but I haven't been able to hold myself at peace with every single thing. So you have 15 grand repairs and plumbing, and this is probably not the first time that has happened. It feels like there was some other stuff too. Um, that is disturbing. And it's also scary for me because she goes Neptune. I always blame it on Saturn. Remember on Star Trek, Kirk said Khan when he's killed somebody. It's Khan, and I say Saturn, and now we can say Neptune. Um, yes, we are. We are absolutely praying for your abundance. I think maybe we should do some evergreen something something, my girlfriend, and get a book out together. So Moon in Pisces, water, water. I never looked at it like that. Literally. Holy cow. Yeah, we got you. We got you. We can do some fundraising and all that stuff. We'll lift the roof or lift the barn. Barn raising, I think is what it's called. So yeah, there's a lot of emotions out there. Thank you, Cynthia. You got to run. Safe travels. Just listen. Don't type in your car. Don't text. So, how are you coping, Sarah?
I just have to. I can't watch the news. It's too hard. If I do, it's just the heartbreak is just too intense for me at times. So I have to kind of go into the ignorance is bliss kind of category sometimes. And when I bring myself out of it, I always ask myself, why did I do that? Why did I turn on the news? What, everything sucks. Everything's terrible. What's going on? So I have to keep myself, away from it, especially if I'm trying to keep my energy clear for doing readings, because I don't want to drag any of that into my readings.
Because we have to be clear to serve another. But if the other comes in with this news that I figure I should know about, but I don't have to know about it because I'm serving spirit. It's not like my opinion about anything needs to be available. And Allie was saying, you were done before the roof. Yeah. You don't want a burden. Oh my gosh, you're not a burden. We are here together for each other. And that's right, Linda. You are never. And then legislation to put him on Mount Rushmore. By the time the first chisel comes up, there'll be a new administration. So we can lose our breath over that and clutch our pearls, but the chances of that actually happening, I mean, I must say, yeah, there's a chance of that, I guess, but any day now, the Lord will intervene. That's what I'm going to say. And your job, our job, is to look at our home, look at maybe changing the paint or doing an activity in your own space that anchors you in your own space. And so, yeah, she says, Linda says, seriously? She says, love you, Linda. Oh, two Lindas.
They
And
have to have that safe place to go to, that sanity.
I know, yeah. And that's what I do is I dive into my creativity. Because you know what? When I'm writing or doing something creative, I don't age. And I better get going on another book. so everybody's did you feel it, Linda D, the Pisces moon last month? I found a fellow, I'll find his name because he's so cute. I bet you some of you know, it's an astrologer, and I bet you some of you know him, and I just discovered him. Let me find him. His name is Christopher. He goes, he's a very sweet man. He goes, Christopher Renstrom. He's very dramatic. But his latest, so I had a friend of mine contact me when she heard some of everybody out there talking, and she was totally forlorn and depressed, and she didn't know, she was beside herself with this. And with all that's going on and all that's predicted from our community. And especially this, all the astrology, when they said, hold on to your hats, stock up on food and all that stuff. And we understand all that organically because we're human beings, right? And we already know what to do to survive. So it's not but to panic over it, it's hard, right? And so this one guy that I'm trying to find here real quick is, I think his name is Christopher Renstrom. And for his Friday, for his February month prediction, it was so calm, cool, and collected. It didn't have anything to panic about. And I think what I'm going to do is post that in my community, his channel, just to get an hour of feeling okay, right? That things will be okay. So let me go back into, I'm losing the thread here. I got some shungite. Ooh, be careful with that. I got some. I've finally been able to get better sleep. Not so many interruptions. Deeper sleep. Is that what shungite does? Hard to find it. Them seem to be finally, there's a whole lot of judges fighting back for sure. Ah, the holy days of me. I gotta tell you, I had the best birthday month. I call it the holy days of Deborah. And I ate the best food and had the best time with so much.
That's
My
wonderful.
voice is muted. Oh, shoot.
It's kind of muffled a little.
Neptune. Let me fix my.
You know what I noticed the past few times I dared to leave my house? I don't know why, but the past week, everybody has been super nice. I've gotten so many hellos and smiles and maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm being nicer. I don't know, but everybody's just been like, I just smile at people randomly and see how they react. But I've gotten good reactions, and everybody's just seemed to have been nicer lately and more friendlier, like in the grocery store. Normally, it's like everybody's walking around, driving their carts around like this, but people were looking up and saying hi, and it was
Awesome.
interesting. Maybe
Awesome.
people are
Awesome.
starting to like join their hearts together.
I think so. Yeah. Linda says, she says, okay, that's suspicious, Sarah. and then uh, Allie says, that's encouraging, but I know what you mean. That's like, I can see you right now, Linda, going, I don't know about, I wouldn't trust it. So
So
how's
I
my
thought it was
sound
weird.
now?
I came home and told my husband about it, and I was like, this is weird. People are smiling at me and complimenting me on
I
things.
think
And it's weird.
that is encouraging, and I'll tell you why I think so is because when we all feel like we're in the soup together, we do get a lot stronger and better, I think. How's my sound? Still the same?
It's better now.
Let me try it again. Is it better now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Whose birthday was that? Kim B. 11/19. The day Pluto entered Aquarius. Very intense. Oh, good. I sound better. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah. So, aside from, oh, yes, thank you, Linda. Give a thumbs up. I'd love that. So, besides the news and the current events, and I understand that there's so much, I have seen the threads. I haven't read them or indulged in them, but I have seen what's going on. I'm not totally in the dark. And hi, Annie. It's so nice to have you here. Um, Other than that, I'm going to challenge you all. Hi, Kaylee. Thank you for coming in. I want to challenge you all. I know that the politics and this is very important because it's our future, it's our children's future, it's grandchildren's future, it's the planet's future. It's big, right? But I would like to know if any of you have put much time into your future, your personal future. And if it is to prepare for end times or for have you stockpiled food? If so, has it been convenient or inconvenient? What are your methods? If that's where your fascination is pointed, because we've only been born, people say, what's my purpose in life? You only have one purpose, and that is to follow your fascination. So when you follow your fascination, that's when you get the most information and the most feedback. Now, if your fascination truly is politics, then then I want to hear about it. If it's cake decorating, I want to hear about it. If it's writing a book, I want to hear about it. What is everyone doing? I did, oh yes, thinking Mexico now, stockpiled toilet paper and coffee. I must admit, I did order some more coffee today. I got a big order of coffee. I've got several pounds of coffee. So Hypnicity says her fascination is humanity. So what is your part in that? So you're fascinated by as an observer or a victim? That's what I want to know. As an Hypnicity, as an observer, you could very well blog about it and guide others through this challenge. What do you think? What do you say? I'm just tossing it out there. To treat everyone with dignity. Yes. So we change our life at the level of action. You have a fascination with the with humanity. Where what is that part? Where do you fit in at the level of action? And let's including those who, well, this is so she says, for those of you who are just listening, including those I disagree with. Now that is remarkable. Hypnicity. If you are able to have a fascination with humanity as a whole and can stay grounded by loving everyone, even those you disagree with, there's a message in that. How did you get there? How are you doing that? There's so many people who want to know how to do that, right? And so if you know how to do that, you need to share that bounty with us. So Alice is saying, I'm thinking we need to chat about retirement monies and community on the ground. So am I to understand? Oh, and you went, see, that's at the level of action. So if your fascination is current events, then at the level of action, you went and changed some monies to bonds. I think that's very, very smart. Yes, Hypnicity could join us in the chat. Everyone gets to have their own beliefs. If I don't agree, I can learn something from them. See, that is true. And I have said the same thing before until I couldn't. I'm just getting real with you. Until I couldn't. And I thought I was a much more traditionally spiritual person before Trump came here. I could do this, what I'm reading on the screen. I could do it, and quite well, thank you. But now I can't. So I need you to guide me.
I was just having this conversation with my son the other day. Because him and his girlfriend were arguing about, she was saying if you don't know anything about the topic, you're not allowed to have opinions. And I don't know, it was just a weird conversation they were talking about. And I was like, well, I brought him in the room and I said, the best course of action, you don't have to agree with everybody, but you can at least empathize and kind of try to understand where they're coming from. Even if they're not a good person or someone you don't want in your life, you could still kind of understand where they got where they are in life, what they've gone through, who have been their influences, because something happened in their life to make them the way they are. So I try to see all sides, but you know that about me. I try to see and understand and empathize with what everybody's going through. But I think deep down, it comes down to experiences. Like if you really have experienced something, you can empathize with it, even if it's not something you agree with or like or whatever. Right. That's how I do. And I have a true belief, even if I don't ever hate anybody. But if I truly don't feel safe around somebody, I at least try to understand where they're coming from. Because it makes me feel better about not liking them, I guess.
Yeah.
It makes me feel like, my decisions are based on something versus just me not liking them for no reason.
Something you can say to educate your son's girlfriend is that there is a difference between being educated and being smart. And so to say that a group of people anywhere doesn't have the right to an opinion, I can see where she's coming from, because she's probably worked at educating herself, and then we have all these cray people I'd say that aren't obviously educating themselves, and that's frustrating. So I can see where she's coming from. Yeah. I'm just reading here. Do the right thing, pray, meditate, spend time in nature, observe. I have noticed a shift in the energy, but couldn't pin it down. Yep, because it's brand new, girlfriend. It's brand new. If all goes to hell, I will go elsewhere. Worrying doesn't help. That's true.
I like what Linda said about the stupid PhDs.
Yeah.
That's kind of a theme in my life. I'm not very learned. I don't have like a college degree or anything, and I've always like put myself down for that. Like I should have done something, but then I always surrounded myself for some reason with people who were very very much into reading books and learning and just absorbing information and then talking about it. And I was like, these people are so boring. And they are just regurgitating stuff that they read. But none of them have common sense, or they're not in touch with anything outside of their education. So I do think there's a fine line between being book smart and, I guess, for a better sense, street smart. It's more just being aware of your surroundings and how people are, and I think makes you a lot smarter than just knowing all the facts and all the terms and everything like that.
Yeah, being educated. I wish I was a better educated person with civics, with voting when I was younger. I was just trying to survive. Thank you. But
exactly.
And so I made some mistakes in my voting thinking back. But when it became fascinating for me, Obama, then I educated myself, realized what a dumb person I was to vote the way I did earlier. But now, just what's that? When you know better, you do better. So, yeah. Yes, Linda, went to school of hard knocks, no degree, but I'm a real smart ass. I know what you mean. There's some of the wisest people are the toddlers. So true, because they speak what they see, right? Not what they know. And that's when it gets to be all that. You are all wise, and that's important. Yes, absolutely. I believe that. We've never been through this before. We don't have anything in our history except for our humanness. We've been human all of our life, and we know exactly how we want to be treated. So that's an indication of how we need to get that reciprocity, right, with treating others the same way. So so if you go back up far enough from the situation to see, oh, that's something we can all agree on, and then start digesting it from there. And that's when you digest it, Alice, you agree, everyone agrees here, it's community that helps it. Community. Kaylee says, Jesus' apostle asked him, which among them is the greatest? He called a child to himself and said, this one. I didn't know that story about Jesus. Hi, Ness. It's good to see you. Thanks for coming. And it says, I love my autistic friends. Yep. Go ahead and post. You're a moderator. Absolutely. No, don't send a donation. It's turning into not having a question, into a conversation of how to cope with the news, how to cope with reality right now, because it seems there's a lot of passion and energy with that. And when we do questions, it's for that one person. And I think right now we need to be together and kind of hold hands and hold our hearts together. I'm seeing lots of similar for the French Revolution. That's because you're educated. I would have never done that, but thank you for letting me know. But yes, I think it's been talked about before about with the astrology people that go way back. But as you know, it can be similar, but not the same. But it can be similar. So there is a question. All right. So I guess people want to start calming down about this. That's okay. I got you. I got you, Ness. I've got another question. So if you do have a question, a regular question, let's go ahead and go into that. And because a little bit goes a long way. See, if you post the link, I'll come on. Maybe others will too. Here's the link. Boop. There you go. Hypnicity says there are many people with much to hide on all political spectrums. Revelations are coming to light. And until you know what, you said something earlier about the experience of it all. Because so many people in America right now, so many people are saying to themselves that one way or the other something should happen, but they don't realize they're in that group. They're in that group, right? So here we go. Hello, Linda. It's so nice to see you. Nice to meet you with face to face.
Thank you. It's lovely to be here. Thank you so much.
Sure. What's on your mind? I love your jibber jabber in here. This is great.
My jibber jabber.
Yeah, jibber jabbering. What our topic? I shouldn't be that careful.
Oh.
I just met you. I should.
Oh, you mean my smart ass? Okay.
Yeah. Jibber jabber smart ass.
I'm kind of much less responsible when I'm in chat.
Believe me, girl head, you just come on in here. Let's talk.
So what I wanted to know about is, can you give me any information about what my finances will look like the next 6 months or so, or even for, oh my God, I look like such a hag.
Stop. Close your eyes. You're fine. Oh my gosh, no problem. What's your birthday, Linda?
February 15th. Happy birthday to me soon.
Yay. The holy days. The holy days. What's the year, sweetie?
1953.
Okay.
That comes to 72. Aquarius sun, Pisces moon, Virgo rising. Unless you're doing Vedic, in which case the first two are still correct, but I have Leo rising.
Oh my God. How do you keep it straight? I swear. I'm going to add 2 and 6 and 9.
Attention deficit disorder.
I love it. You know what I would love having a birthday like yours is the half price candy from Valentine's Day. I would, instead of having your birthday on Valentine's Day, I would much rather on the 15th.
Yeah, because I get all the half price chocolate. I do that on Boxing Day too, by the way. Yeah, so Wanda hears me talking, so now she wants to join me because I invited her before, but she wasn't interested. Or maybe she's just yelling at the budgie. I don't know.
What kind of birdie?
She's a Gotham's cockatoo. She's 21 years. She'll be 21 in April.
All right, she's drinking now.
She's driving a car. She's voting. She's doing it all.
Oh my gosh. You are in, it looks like you are, my dear, you are in, yes, you are in your, so you're an 8 life path and an 8 personal year. So you will be able to manifest mad fast. That's the good news. The bad news is that you will be able to manifest mad fast. So you have to stay focused. And so if you find yourself on a slippery slope of, let's say, worry or something like that, then you know that you're just bringing in the same. No pressure on that, though, because that's kind of, I mean, if you have to worry, you have to worry. But understand that this is the year. This is a year that if you put one foot forward, there's going to be a gust of wind behind you pushing you towards your goal. So instead of life synchronizing in and out of favor to your goals, where you kind of you let life lead you, you're in control. Now this happens easiest if last year you really, really, really understood and it made sense, all that you learned about yourself and spirit, and then bring that into what you've got here. So in other words, you got to walk your talk. Doesn't matter if someone believes you're right or wrong, you've got to do that. And you can't lie to yourself. There's no way. I mean, that'll backfire on you. But it looks like financial. The only down part with an 8 personal year is that you are going to feel more comfortable with financial risk. Yeah. I know I'm in the 8 too, and I'm thinking, I think I'm going to invest this and that and that. But so it's up to you to say yes or no to that and measure the risk. So the only advice I have, the real advice I have for you is this, that if you decide to invest your money in something big or buy something big, that you just run it past someone first. A friend, call a girlfriend, come in and ask us, that type of things. And just like what you've been saying now, what did you get, Sarah? I'm going to go ahead and do your cards now. Oh. What do you see?
So I do have the Magician. So the Magician's telling me that you can manifest whatever your heart desires. So you're going to do good. And then following that, I have the 2 of Pentacles. So, and the 4 of Wands. So this is telling me that whatever you manifest is going to be solid as long as you keep your balance. Because right behind it, I do have that reverse 9 of Cups. So that just kind of maybe is a warning not to overindulge. Like the 8 year, just kind of make sure that you are, you can get everything you want, and just make sure you're not going a little bit overboard and overindulging.
So no 5-pound bags of gummies.
Oh, no, we don't mean that. That's going to be fine.
5-pound bags of gummies are good. Just be cautious. Like as Deborah said, but just be cautious about, just be cautious. You're going to make some really good decisions, and you can definitely manifest the financial gains that you want.
Time to buy a lottery ticket. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Time to buy a lottery ticket, but not 20 lottery tickets.
I can't buy 20 lottery tickets and eat. So
okay. I get it.
Yeah. 2. That'll be my max.
I don't know what signs are signs, because I don't know astrology, but that guy I talked to, I'll put that in the community too. There's a year prediction that he makes. That's Christopher Rumston. He's so cute.
Rumston? R-U-M?
See what this guy looks like.
Oh, this guy is so cool. I love him so much. Anyway, he did a year long, and he has something around March.
Yeah.
That you and I might be, because we're in the same area.
I've been getting stuff for March and April, like just okay. So what I've been reading for individuals, but also kind of for the collective, and this is pretty much across the board, is a huge amount of turmoil for everybody. March, April-ish. I'm guessing that it's connected to the eclipses, but that's just a wild ass guess, because that's not what I've heard from my guides. They just said March, April, be ready.
Yeah, so. But you know what? When I'll tell you something. I have when I hear that be ready, I think, well, okay. But when I listen to it after it has already happened, and I re-listen to it, and they say, oh, be careful, be ready. I have had the best bounty the best luck.
Really?
Yeah, because no one has everything. It's all in different areas. And
Yeah,
if it,
that
so
makes sense. Okay, I see where you're going with this. Yeah.
yeah, because I have felt so good lately. Ever since January 1st, I have felt so good. I haven't said it much. Yeah. Well, we're the kind of in the same bucket because our birthdays are.
I feel like I watch this going on and I read these awful things that are happening and I see these videos and I read about the decisions that are coming and I think, and I'm not getting all wound up, and people around me are, of course, even though we're Canadian, okay, because I'm Canadian,
Sure.
but people around me are getting wound up about it who are Canadians as well, because we know it's going to leak here.
Yeah,
We
it
know
will.
it just always does. So, yeah, but I have felt this incredible peace and bliss and a sort of a sympathetic, or maybe I should say empathetic, an empathetic kind of detachment from it. So I'm fine. I mean, I still have 10 pounds of rice in the back bedroom. Okay.
Yeah. Smart.
And and a bunch of beans and canned stuff and all of that kind of thing. I still
And
do
gummies, I
that.
hope.
But I've always been, listen, it's me, because I've always been anxious. I always have a food security thing, so I tend to do that anyway. I mean, I live alone and I still can pickles and tomatoes.
Right. All of that is great because it's at the level of action, and we take care of it. So if we see and that's how the guides give us impulses. That's how they talk to us, is impulse. So somewhere along the line, you were in the store and you found 10 pounds of rice and think, oh, I'll pick this up. You were impulse to do that, and it's not like you wrote out a list and said, I've got to go and
I like to think of it as inspiration rather than impulse because
okay.
I have such bad attention deficit disorder that impulse is like a really bad word for me. So I like to think of it as inspiration.
Right. Oh, that's a great, inspires you. So the impulse is always towards the good in your blueprint. So it might mean that this impulse is you doing something your friends say don't do, right? It's that kind of thing. So it's a little bit of a dance.
Right.
Whereas as angels, always for the good.
Yes. I just got the chills. Yes, you're absolutely right. Yes.
Yeah. I love the chills. I love the chills.
Me too.
Well, one thing I got is that something is going to naturally come to an end, and that something is going to be this. You know how when you were talking about, since we were saying that at the first of the year we sort of had this transmutation into optimism.
Yeah.
I feel that is going to, you're really going to give up the stuff that isn't going to work for you anymore, that type of thing. And it's going to be soon, I probably has already happened, and way closer into spirit. It doesn't mean you have to be kind to everyone. I just want to say that, when we say we've got to be spiritual and all that stuff, still be yourself. Boundaries. Okay, good. And I do have the world for you, which is being very triumphant. So bravo.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
This is so fun to see you. Thank you so much. If you want to leave, you just say leave studio, the little red button. If you don't have anything.
Yes. Love it. Thank you so much, ladies. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Love ya. We've got just a second. We've got Ness. I'm going to go find you, Ness. Romance in 2025. Sometimes dream on and off about someone. I love that.
I'd like to know if it's someone you know personally, or if it's just a random
that would be a
idea of a romantic person.
Let's do that. Why don't you find out? You'd be able to find out. And so I could take it too and see what that is. I'm just going to take the general. Excuse me.
I got the Ace of Cups.
All right. So you know what that means. Someone brand new.
Yes, something
Absolutely brand
new.
new. Because if you were already in a relationship, it would be a deepening of that relationship. So some people read, oh, if you get to the Ace of Cups and someone's in a relationship, they're going to cheat or something like that. It's not true. Not true at all. So I'm looking here real quick. What else you got? I can back that up. I'm just going to jump in, even though I asked you. I'm going to back that up because I've got the reverse judgment. Reverse judgment says, we're not going backwards. Is someone brand new, kiddo? Anything there?
Yeah, I just pulled the one card to see if that was okay, so I have the Lovers. Is there somebody, I'd like to know if there's somebody in her life right now.
Is there someone in your life right now, Ness? I'll go ahead and watch the chat. That's the fun part about coming into the show itself. You could just go back and forth. But here we're waiting for some verification. So what if she... So right now, what we discovered that this romance is going to take off with someone new. When you say, is there someone in her life right now? What does it look like?
Because I'm showing, I have the Lovers, but I have the Tower reversed, the Two of Cups reversed, the Knight of Cups reversed, and then the Hangman. So what I'm saying is there might be somebody already in mind, but that's not the person that it's going to, that's not going to be your love in 2025.
Ness, you're here. So the question was, is there someone in your life right now? And she goes, yay, I made it. She must have been running around. Oh, Hypnicity, I've got your question. I've got Kim B. I have your question too.
So if there's someone
She
that
goes, no, with a lot of O's. And that makes sense because of the reverse tower. It's like, no, I've rebuilt and I'm not going back.
Yeah, but I feel like there's something with this reversed Knight of Cups and the reverse. There's something in the past that is influencing the situation. And the Hangman, I have the Hangman reversed, so that's telling me that you're not learning, you're not willing to like kind of take the steps and kind of think outside the box and see the other perspective in the situation. I don't know what the situation would be though, because
so the perspective would be, is she gonna, so if you look at that lineup, it feels like a lot of those cards are spirits telling you what she's experienced in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And with that reversed tower means she's recovered from something that changed her life a lot.
Yes.
And so I would read the reversed Hangman as not going back, not thinking it. So that's she's also a 33-6. This is why I say this, is that she has so much heart and sympathy, empathy, whatever you want to say, that she can be moved to serving others, or not serving, but being kind to others, and then growing a relationship and a friendship that could go a little something, but because of her sensitivities. And it sounds like to me with that lineup that ain't going to happen again. I'm not going to be sucked in anymore.
Yeah, definitely cautious for sure. Definitely cautious.
Yeah.
But I did get the Lovers was the first card
That's
I pulled,
right.
so
That's hardcore. The Lovers are hardcore. Now with the Lovers, it's also says that you're going to fall in love with like opposites. And so it could mean She says, no sucking and yes, cautious. So yeah. So it feels like something's right around the corner for you in a good way. Yeah. I love that. Let me go. Oh, we had a couple more. No being sucked in. I knew that's the reverse tower, right? And you say, and then when you see the reverse tower, so that means in general with tarot, that means something came out of the blue, cut you off at the knees, and you say, oh geez, so I'm going to restructure my life and readjust my memory system to incorporate that I will not I won't allow this to happen in my life anymore. I'm not going to take a chance like this again. And so and then the reverse. Usually the reverse hangman means bad news, but not in this situation.
no, I don't think it means bad news in this situation either.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Sometimes with me, the hangman is one that I fight with a lot. Because sometimes it's, I want to go with the traditional meanings of the card, but it never resonates that way with me.
The hangman never resonates with you?
Well, not in the traditional like definitions, in the meanings. Like it never, I don't know why.
Well, you don't have to defend it. You have to be with it though. And I think that's fine. And anybody else who's reading who says, well, I don't have the traditional relationship with this card, then change it into your relationship. That's spirit creating a language. Excuse me, I'm going to cough. Creating a language and understanding. So it looks like, yay, it looks like good news coming around. And we've got Kim. Let me just get rid of some of this. So it says, I would appreciate a reading for the next 3 months, please. And for that, Kim B. Huh. This is interesting because what I have is it starts out with the 8 of Swords. So you feel like you're at no choice with your responsibilities, what's being asked of you, but you are a bit restless and it feels like you're going through the motions, almost like you're in a rut maybe. And now this is talking like right now, or in the direct past. And the good news is something wonderful is coming around the corner. And let me see if I can get a timeline on that. Excuse me. Yeah, I believe this is going to happen in the next couple of months, like 3 months. That's how it's working out to be. I do have the 2 of Cups. I do have the Queen of Cups. I have all these lovey cups around. And the best thing is the Fool. So it looks like life is synchronizing up a new person to come into your life. And it could be business. Doesn't always have to be physical love or anything like that. But it feels, because of the cups, it's an emotional attachment. So it looks like that's going to definitely come around in the next, and it'll be something brand new that it'll sort of catch you off guard, but you're going to try and play it cool like you've been through it all. But then inside you're going, oh my God. And that's the fun part.
I got the Knight of Cups when you said that there's someone new coming into
Yay.
her life. The Knight of Cups came. Also, the Ace of Swords is the kind of overall theme here. So there's something new coming in, and it's coming in really swiftly with the Knight of Swords. But I do think this Knight of Cups is fits with Deborah's reading. But I also got the Six of Wands, so there's going to be some kudos coming your way. It could be from that Knight of Cups. Who knows?
Yeah. Oh,
it could spark some new ideas.
She's saying that she feels it too. That's so cool. Love that. That's a good message. And is that what you've got?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I've got hymnicity. Any messages from my guides for February? Absolutely. Huh. Holy cow. So out of the 5 cards, I've got 3 of them as major cards, which doesn't surprise me since we were talking earlier. Doesn't surprise me at all. But the first is the Chariot and then the Sun. So as long as you can keep your horses together and going in the same direction in the horizon, it looks like it's going to pay off. There is going to be, it looks like what's synchronizing up is something you're going to feel like you've lost. And I do have the 7 of Swords, which almost makes me feel like whatever perpetuates this happiness and the sun and all that stuff, and then boom, the 7 of Swords leads me to believe that it feels like someone or something will come in to snap you out of your joy, and it will sideswipe you a little bit because the Magician is reversed, but then you come right back with the Empress. So it looks like a really good life. And so if you stay in the month of February, if you stay inside the observer versus the victim, when you feel someone has taken from you or you feel you've lost something, just know that the Empress is there and then bypass the reverse Magician because other options are coming. What'd you get?
So I used a different deck that I'm just working with. So I did get kind of the same idea. I got the 10 of, well, this one's the 10 of Fire, and it's oppression. So there's definitely something there that might be adding to that feeling of being like held back or something like that. And then, but I have from your guides coming. That's why I use this card. You're going to have a period of clarity coming through where you're going to just have this aha moment and, everything's just going to make complete sense. And then I have pleasure. So you're really going to enjoy this time. It's going to be a fun time full of, fertility, not fertility in this sense of like, but it's going to be a fruitful time of rewards and clarity. So you're coming out of this time of feeling down and maybe kind of held down and oppressed a little bit.
I'm so sorry about your dog passing. And I know now that it kind of explains the chariot. Whenever someone has had a loss like that, and I see the chariot, I think, okay, you have disciplined yourself into making sure those horses are on the right, looking at the right spot, because you can't afford emotionally to get stuck where you are. And then you have enough faith in the cycle of life and all that stuff to bring yourself forward. But oh gosh, that hurts so badly. But I got to tell you, it's the good news is on the way. Hypnicity says 64. At 64, fertility.
Not fertility with like having babies, but fruitful experiences, fruitful earnings, just a lot of abundance coming your way.
Right. Options, but viable options, unlike the Seven of Cups, which is a lot of options, but not all of them based in reality. When you get the Empress, it's like cool options. Really awesome options. I'm glad that makes sense. And I'm sorry for your loss. I hate that so much. And we've got Marby. A general reading. You bet you. You bet you, bet you. Oh, you're welcome. She says, maybe my veggie garden. Yep.
Yes. Since they're going to be like $10 a carrot soon.
I love your humor. So dry, so bad. You're so bad.
I'm terrible.
I got chills on that too. I was just seeing Hypnicity on the side of the road with her carrots, $10 a piece, making a killing. Oh my gosh. So Marvy's here. Marvy's wonderful. And she wants just a general. So with me, the very first card out is Cups. So we're going to talk about your emotional balance. And after the Cups, I don't have many cups. So that alone tells me, so I put down 10 cards. So the first one is going to tell me what topic. Is it going to be emotions, thoughts, actions, blah, blah, blah. Then the message for the general reading happens right after that. And right after that, I have these cards that are all pentacles and justice. So justice is upright. I've got the Seven of Wands, which tells me reversed, which tells me you're not going to have to defend your position with anything. You've got the Four of Cups, which normally makes, people look down on the Four of Cups, but I look at it differently, especially in this context. It's like, oh, you're going to take a break from the mental and the emotional. You're just going to uncouple and just be. That's what the Four of Cups reminds me of. You do have the Death card, which means giving up something. Something's going to pass away naturally. And you're going to be fine with it. Absolutely fine with it. The Lover's right after that. So it's like a new season that's coming in right away and growing with that. So bravo. Not a rotten card in the bunch.
Yeah, I got the 10 of Wands reversed. So there's definitely, when you said, there's definitely some burdens being lifted there. Definitely some feelings of freedom. And I have the 10 of Cups as well, which is just going to, give you that.
That's cool.
Yeah, that sense of just complete harmony, well-balanced. That well-balanced. It could be family. It could be, I just think you're just going to feel great all together. I also have the Star. So your wishes are going to come true. And there's the Three of Cups, where there's going to be some fun celebration times. And I got the Fool. So this is the time to, like our conversation earlier, maybe just don't take everything too seriously, because there's a lot of serious going on right now. So maybe just kind of look at things, with that blissful ignorance to kind of it'll help keep you sane.
I love that. So now, Sue Toffee, I'm going to find you because what I starred, you wrote something all in capital letters, and I thought it was your question. But when I looked at it just now, it says, "Do you have my question?" I don't. I'm going to have to go back and find it. Hold on. I hope it's in capital letters. I'd hate to skip over. Can you retype it, Sue, in the chat? I'd appreciate it because I thought I had starred your question, but it was asking me if I'd gotten it. I'm going back. I can't see it. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I think maybe this is it. Overindulge on the bubbles. Oh, on the bubblies. Had a lot of time off work, going back tomorrow. Will I be okay? Catch up and get back into work flow. Yeah, let me see. Oh boy. There's people looking forward to seeing you again or hearing from you again. I don't know if you do remote or not, but people are missing you. And I've got all these people, all these court cards come in. Isn't that weird? It's with the same deck that had all those major cards in a row. So yeah, people are, I don't think people do as well without you there because all of them come in reversed, which makes me laugh because that means I think that when you go in, they're going to say, "Oh, thank God you're here." I believe you may be an anchor in the office. I'll just say it that way. There's always this one person that people can go to for clarity and not full on gossip. And I think you might be one of those people. And that the people, miss when you're not there. So yeah, it looks really good. They're looking forward to having you back. Oh, yes, you're welcome, Sue. Got anything, Sarah?
No, I got some of the same. I did get the 9 of Cups reverse, so I do see that overindulgence that was happening. Fun times. But I do see that when you go back to work, I'm not sure, there's just going to be a feeling of, I have the 2 of Swords reverse and the 10 of Wands reverse. So when you go back, and before that is the Page of Cups. So there's something, when you go back to work, it's going to seem less stressful for you. You're not going to feel as burdened by things when you go back. Maybe this time off is going to giving you a fresh perspective. With it. So you're not feeling like stuck. So I feel like it's going to be a much more pleasurable experience. As I did get the Lovers was the first card. So I think you're going to enjoy being back to work.
Yay. Something tells me lunch is going to be fun for you. Only because I think people want to come in and say, "Hey, keep up with you." So this has been very, very, very fun. And I enjoy us. And thank you, everyone, for the support you give me so I can do my life and not worry too much about finances. Every dollar helps, I swear. It's just so nice of you. And we're going to do this more often. You are a priority. Sarah, did you want to come back on sometime?
I would love to.
It's fun. Very, very fun. So until next time, God bless you. Stay safe. Know that we're here for you. The community is here for you on all the channels. And you're welcome, Linda. Thank you so much, Marvy and Sue. I appreciate you all. And we'll see you next time. Okay. Bye-bye, everyone.